My name's Hayley Pippin. I am going to be selling real estate to Megan Hughes. She's interested in purchasing these houses as an investment. She wants to buy the houses, renovate them, and then resell them to make a profit. I am going to interest her in my life and tell her a little bit more about me by comparing how we both grew up in Lake County, telling her that I was born and raised here. I'm a third-generation realtor. We both went to University of Florida, so I'm going to use that to my advantage. And we're also going to talk about how we had the same professor in college at some point in time. My handling objection strategies are boomerang and the pass-off blow-off technique. The boomerang technique is where she says something that she finds to be a negative. I'm going to switch it around and make it a positive on her. So she's going to tell me about how she is not a big fan of not having an inspection and a walkthrough, but I'm going to tell her how she's going to save a whole bunch of money on this, and it's going to make a huge difference in the amount of profit that she's going to get. My pass-off blow-off strategy, that's when she's going to say something kind of I find to be ridiculous, and I'm going to switch it around, tell her another selling strategy that I have, and kind of distract her from that issue that she had. Such as she's going to ask me if I can get her magic tickets and tickets to concerts. And I'm going to tell her about our building division, how I can get her discounts on her renovation projects, such as cabinetry and roofing and stuff like that. My closing strategy is going to be assumption. I'm going to assume that since she seems so interested in the whole presentation the whole way along, that she's going to be ready to sign a contract and make an appointment. So I'm going to recap everything that we went through in the entire meeting, and then I'm going to hand her a contract, turn it over, sign it, and ask her when she would like to make an appointment for us to start bidding on these houses so that we can get this started, and we'll have our business partnership start right from the end of the meeting. So watch and see how it plays out. Hi, my name's Hayley Pippin.
Hi, I'm Megan Hughes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Alright, here's a copy of the contract. You can look over the meeting, and I also brought you a bottle of water.
Thank you. I'm so thirsty.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, and that's where most of our family lives now. But my parents decided that they wanted to move to Florida after we came and visited Disney World for my 6th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I had the ability to grow up in Claremont, which is very close to Disney World. I don't know if you know where that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I went to Eastside High School and graduated from there and went to University of Florida. And I've always had a passion for like sports and health. So I decided that after I graduated the University of Florida and went to physical therapy school and everything, that I was going to open my own physical therapy and nutrition business.
Oh, awesome.
So I started that, and now the business is kind of running itself, so I am able to get into other things because my business is running itself, and because my kids are growing up, so I'm able to have more time that they're doing their own thing. So
Absolutely. How old are your kids?
Well, they're going into kindergarten, so one of them's 4, and he just started preschool, and
Oh, good.
my daughter's 5, and she's starting kindergarten.
So you have a lot of free time coming up on your hands.
I do. I'm kind of, I don't know, it's one of those moments where
Yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah. Watching them grow up, that's never fun.
No.
Alright, well, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the company, if that's alright with you. We've been open for about 10 years now. Last year we had over $4 million in sales, and we're actually number 2 in the county so far this year. And there's almost 150 real estate companies in the county, and actually the number 1 office has over 200 agents, while we only have about 25 to 50 at any given time. So we have less than a third of the number of agents that they have, while we are only, I think, about 2% less than them in the market share. So we're doing very well for ourselves. Personally, I also graduated from the University of Florida, much like yourself. I graduated with a degree in finance, and I had a minor in real estate and entrepreneurship.
I had a minor in entrepreneurship too.
Oh, really? Did you ever have Professor Rossi as a teacher?
I did. He's the best professor.
I love him. He's absolutely amazing. But I graduated from Mount Dora High School. I was born at Leesburg Regional Medical Center, been around the area my whole entire life.
Okay.
Gainesville is the furthest I've ever gotten from living away from Lake County, and I was stressing the whole time I was gone. So I also graduated college and I had my real estate license. I'm a third-generation realtor. My mom and my grandmother were both realtors, and my dad has been the construction manager of about 4 or 5 big construction companies in Lake County.
Oh, wow.
So I've been raised around the housing industry my whole entire life. So from what I understand, you're interested in purchasing houses at a very low price, renovating, and hopefully selling them for a profit. Is that correct?
Yes. But my previous realtor that I started out with, that after I decided that I wanted to do this, she wasn't really familiar with the area and wasn't able to find me very good deals.
Yeah.
So I would like, now that I know that you were born and raised here and you're very familiar with it, I'm very comfortable with the fact that you know a lot and can get me good deals.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought up good deals. I've recently come upon this new situation where I'm able to buy these houses on the courthouse steps. So as you know, you purchase a house that's been in foreclosure usually as your way to get the cheapest price. These houses are right in between when the owner has them and before they go to the bank for the foreclosure. So you're actually bidding against the bank and other realtors to get the lowest price for these houses. And usually it's significantly cheaper than when you're going to get them for foreclosure. So you're going to be getting a great deal. You're going to actually be getting much lower prices than a realtor, say, who can only purchase with a foreclosure. And actually, if you look up here on the computer screen, I had an investor recently make over $100,000 in profit from when he purchased the house and the renovations to his selling price. So that's very good compared to the $15,000 that you usually get when you're doing a renovation. So does this interest you?
I am very interested, but I also have a question for you. My previous realtor that I was talking about earlier, she was able to get me tickets to the Magic game, and she was able to get me tickets, like front row tickets to concerts that I really wanted to go to.
Yeah.
And just other like venues like that are happening in Orlando.
Yeah.
That I was very interested in going. Are you able to do anything like that for me, or?
Actually, we have within our office, right down the hallway, is Kevco Construction Company, and they are able to help you in renovations. They're a rising star in the construction business in Lake County. They opened about 5 years ago, and they've just taken off. So actually, if you purchase a house through us, and then you decide to do your renovations through them, they can get you great deals on cabinetry, roofing, flooring, everything like that. So does that interest you?
Yes, that does interest me. That sounds like a very good deal because I was very worried about how I was gonna have to go to Lowe's and get all these supplies.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of work
for the people that are working for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you have any more concerns?
I do. I have one concern is that when I was little and doing all these renovations and things with my dad, because he did the renovations when the other people flipped houses.
Yeah, absolutely.
We would go into houses and there would be mold and termites and stuff because these houses were never inspected. Is there anything I'm very concerned about that because these aren't.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not going to get inspected. I understand.
Yeah.
Actually, because you're getting these houses at such a good price, and they don't come with an inspection or a walkthrough, which can be very costly, actually, you're able to put that money aside if you need to for these bigger repairs that you might have to do on these houses. And you also have this, most of the time, these houses don't have any structural damage. They don't have termites. They don't have mold. They don't have anything like that. Because if you think about it, these houses haven't yet gone into foreclosure. So the owner is still owning these houses right now, and they're just about to go into foreclosure. There might be a week span that someone's not living in these houses. So since someone is living in them, they're not going to let them get mold. They're not going to let them get termites or anything like that because they don't want it to be livable for even them. So it makes it a lot easier to assume that these houses are going to be in good condition. Mm-hmm. So actually, those money that you're going to save from those houses that are in perfect condition, as I told you before, an upwards of $100,000 you could possibly make. You can put some of that money aside for houses that could possibly have this structural damage. So did that answer your question?
Yes, you're making me feel a lot more comfortable.
Great. So did you have any more questions for me today?
No, I think you covered it very well.
All right, so let me just recap here. You were looking for a realtor who knew the area very well and who could assist you in purchasing these homes that were foreclosed upon and getting you a good deal. You wanted to be able to renovate them and then resell them and make a profit.
Yes.
So I told you about how we could purchase them on our courthouse steps for much less than you were going to be getting once they actually were foreclosed upon. And how we had a partnership with Kevco Construction, who will be able to assist you in renovating these houses. They'll get you good deals on all of the products you would need for making these houses able to be resold. So since you seem so interested in this today, here's a contract. I gave you a copy there. That was for you to keep. But here's our copy. So why don't we go ahead and get you to sign this right here on the bottom. And then we can go ahead and set up an appointment so we can look at some houses that you can potentially put a bid on for the next auction that we have coming up.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for working with me.
I can't wait for this.